It's dark. You're driving down a deserted highway. It's late at night. There are no street lights on this highway. Your gas hand hits E on your car, and you have to pull over. You pull off at the nearest exit, and the nearest gas station is miles down the road. You drive to the gas station, and there's no one there, but the lights are on, so you get out of your car to fuel up. You put the nozzle inside of your car, and you start fueling, and then there's a flash. Everything goes dark. The lights of the gas station turn off. But you hear footsteps behind you. Just a slow, steady clop, 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 clop. The lights flicker back on. You turn around and there's a man in a hoodie standing behind you. And he says, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, capitalism will be the current economic structure of the United States for the next 100 years. You scream into the void and no one can hear you. Dun dun dun. Hey, welcome to the vlog. I'm President B. Kennedy or whatever. Happy Halloween, happy spooksters. How you doing? I wanted to talk today specifically about fear, since it is Halloween, so have like a Halloween special episode. And I would like to start off by saying I am 100% the wrong person to be talking about fear. As a writer, I generally avoid fear and horror as a subject matter. As a comedian, it's not an emotion I want to inspire while I'm on stage. I don't want people to be afraid of me. But it is something that is necessary in human life. So that's a good point to start off on. Fear is a necessary factor for the development and evolution of everything. You know, when you see a lion like tackle a gazelle and start eating it, that process goes off in your brain that says, wow, that thing is capable of killing stuff. I should stay away from it. And then you go back and you teach your children, hey, that thing's capable of killing stuff. You should stay away from it. And then your children live, and then they get to make more children. And that fear has now helped you survive. Fear stops you from jumping off of ledges and other things like that, which could explain why you're watching a vlog right now called the unemployment vlog, because fear should stop you from quitting your job. Fear of economic instability should keep you steadily employed. The fear parts of my brain don't properly register socially, and I say that as in, well, I guess we all have our aspects that we're really brave at and our aspects that we're I guess, more affected by fear. I wouldn't go as far to say I have no fears. Socially, I feel that fear really doesn't affect me. Generally, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. That's because both of my parents are really, 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 really stubborn. And I hope both of them are watching this right now. And maybe I'll put a disclaimer right here for like Lynette Kennedy, Anthony Kennedy, just terribly stubborn people. Google search either one of them. And that translates into me, like, I am very headstrong. And generally, if I like somebody, I'll just go ask them out. If I'm disgusted with somebody, I will ask them to leave me alone. No social fear there. But where fear hits me the hardest, bees. Oh my goodness gracious, bees. I'm wearing yellow right now, like, it's one of my favorite colors, but I seldom wear yellow outside in the summer out of that old superstition that, bees are attracted to yellow and will chase you. I also have a fear of heights. Not necessarily just like I don't like being high up. Like I love airplanes. I guess it would be more of like an unprotected fear of heights. I don't know if I could ever go bungee jumping. I saw the Empire State Building once and went on the Statue of Liberty, like looking at the edge of something and looking down, terrifying. Roller coasters, I just conquered this one in the past 2 years of being able to like ride a roller coaster without like crapping my pants. Like and that still terrifies me, but it's more of just a sit down and you'll get through this. One of the things that really helps with fear is driving with my family. Everybody in my family is pretty much the worst drivers you will ever see, and I explained this to I mean that's a podcast for another episode. My family will I mentioned here we go. This is the best way to describe this. I'm the best driver of my family. So, I like to think I am the I if you get in the car with me, generally you're not going most of the time you're not going to be like squeezing the handle or your seatbelt for your life most of the time. And I've mentioned George Collins on this podcast before. He is a stand-up comedian in Montgomery, Alabama. Great guy. Check out some of his stuff. I'll put links below. Anyways, George Collins used to ride with me to comedy shows. I used to be his carpool. And he is you talk to him, he'll tell you he's an atheist. And one of the things George Collins said that's always stuck with me about my driving is, it's a quote from George, I don't believe in God, but driving with you makes me pray to Jesus or somebody that you won't kill me. And just like, you know what? I'll take that. When I drive with my brother, generally I just close my eyes. We had a funeral this past weekend in Chicago, and my brother and I had to drive to the funeral, and we were going down I-94, the Chicago interstate, and he went probably about 85 miles an hour in a 50 mile an hour zone, just weaving between traffic. And I didn't say anything to him because I've been accustomed to this for years, but the look just painted across my face. I'll give you it, guys, for 2 seconds. Just the whole time just driving down there. That's it. And I think that would be all the fear of Halloween that I need for my life. And I guess maybe a brush with death would be, and this last little part of the podcast, we got about 2 minutes left. I'm gonna spend talking about what inspires fear. Pain, brush with death. I think those are two things that inspire fear, but those for me, I can mentally push myself past those. Like, this is like roller coaster, and I can say to myself, this is something that's actually safe, and maybe this will help you guys like overcome fear. Say, this is actually safe, I can work through this. Bees, they don't want to sting me and die. That's like literally their last resort. And with that, I can kind of push myself to go in an area with bees and just be like, all right, you're all right, Brandon, you're fine, just keep moving through. What would truly terrify me, I saw this movie a while ago called The Martian with Matt Damon, and he is a astronaut exploring Mars, or he's a scientist exploring Mars with his crew, and they have to abandon the mission and go back to Earth. And as his crew gets swept up in the sandstorm and they retreat back to their ship to abandon the mission, spoilers, sorry. Well, not many spoilers, but whatever. Anyways, he gets left behind on Mars, and he's the only person on Mars, the only thing on Mars. That's the most terrifying thing to me. I think would just truly, to be alone and to know that you're just alone and there's nothing else for millions of miles, no contact with anybody, to just be left forgotten in a void. I've been watching this show called The Good Place, which is really, 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 really funny. It talks about heaven and hell, and morality and ethics and all that. Really good show. Go watch it. But I think if I had a personalized hell, Mine would just be like this blank gray space, and just to be standing there, and not even anyone tell me what happened. Just like I die and I just wake up in this blank gray space. I'd be terrified, even if I didn't know I was dead. Just stuck there forever. Yeah. All right. That's the 10-minute mark. I will end this with saying Happy Halloween, which I know we just talked about fear and a bunch of horrifying things, whatever. Uh, if there's something that terrifies you, this isn't something I explore very often. Like, really had to think about some of these. If there's something that terrifies you, please share it, because I would like to know, kind of what inspires fear, because I know what inspires happiness and what inspires joy and other things you want to look for when you're writing to elicit emotions from people. Same thing with comedy when you're trying to elicit emotions. All right, we're touching the 11-minute mark. We're getting out of here. We're done. Subscribe. Check out a video thing. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow, maybe later today. I don't know. Have a great day. Bye.